Hello, everyone out there. Edward here, aka Prog Hat. I am back with another video and in action. And I'm honored to be chosen, be tagged in Miss 80's movie tag for 2023 movie tag, if I understand it right, as I'm trying to have the questions. Yeah, she tagged me to do a response. And thank you, Beth. And so I'm going to do my best to respond to the 20 questions. But before I begin, one of the questions is, how many purchases in 2022? The one that I really wanted to show in this video, I have not been able to pick up yet. It's been real cold, icy roads, and here where I live, they would like for everyone to stay home as possible. Businesses have closed up, so I'm not able to go get the soundtrack for Halloween Ends. So I have that ready to be picked up. And so, when it gets like this kind of weather, I remember a few years ago, what is it, a year ago? I don't remember when Texas was hit by a real hard freeze. It was bad electricity. I forget how much, almost a week or so with no electricity. Uh, it was pretty scary. It was almost like an apocalypse scene when I went out there and walked to a store to go get my girls some groceries. Um, and so when it gets like this kind of weather now, I get kind of a little bit anxious. I don't want to experience that again. I was talking to my wife earlier about that. But now let's get into some movies. I just finished watching uh, Thinner, the Stephen King movie. I love that movie. My wife has been watching movies this evening, and she said that she's making it a Stephen King movie night for herself. Now she's just finished watching Silver Bullet. And before that, we were watching all the Piranha movies made. I don't know why, but I like all the different Piranha movies. I forget how far they even made a newer one in the 2000s that I should still like that. All right, enough of that. But anyway, I'm going to get into this movie tag now. So, how many soundtracks purchased in 2022? Well, there was not too many. Um, Besides the one I have to go get picked up. Here are some other ones. I hope I'm answering this correctly, but ones that I scored like in clearance bins, like Elvis, where he does all the. This is a double LP with all the hits from the movies he made. And it's on this real cool blue RCA. There's that. Um, I've never seen this movie, but I love the music by George Gershwin. Is why I grabbed it. It's a Woody Allen movie called Manhattan. I remember getting that for a pretty good deal. Um, they do Rhapsody in Blue, and I love that piece of music. And folks like Woody Allen, Diane Keaton, Meryl Streep, um, lots of famous people in this movie. And I've never seen it, but I like the music score to it. This one, this was one I was hunting for a while, and every time I found it, the record was missing, or it was thrown down a Texas highway, and a bunch of trucks ran over it. When I find it, I finally found one at a Goodwill. This is the Midnight Cowboy soundtrack, which has one of my favorite songs, and I remember hearing it as a kid. Everybody's talking, and if I remember right, it ends with a fade out of the song. Everybody's talking. The song was written by one of my favorite artists of the 60s, and that's Fred Neil. Okay, my oldest soundtrack score, well, it came in a box, so roughly I say it's my oldest one. This is Nosferatu, the vampire. I hope I said that correctly. This is music done by Popol Vuh, or is it Popol Vuh? I don't remember, folks. But anyway, I probably said that wrong. But yes, I this is one of my oldest ones. I love this movie and the soundtrack. The music is so good to it. My favorite piece on here, oh, of course, it's in German, and I don't know how to read German. But there's a famous, I think it's called Daylight or something like that. Morning Sun, that's it. That's my favorite on that album. I love that piece of music. Okay, newest soundtrack purchase overall. No, yeah, my oldest now. The newest soundtrack purchase overall. Well, that would have been the one I wanted to show, which is the Halloween Ends. Yes, not Halloween's, but okay. All right, going to number 5. Favorite soundtrack label. Now, if I understand that correctly, that's probably like a label that makes soundtracks, like, like let's just say Columbia Records, they have artists. Well, I'm thinking that's what that means, like artists that are, or soundtracks that are released by a movie label or some record label. So the only thing I could think of to really answer that question, if I was to have to pick one, I've always liked, and this is one of my remembrance of being a kid, is the soundtracks that the United Artists put out. Yeah, I like those movies. I remember seeing that at the beginning of the movie. That's my response to that. I hope that's okay. Number 6, favorite soundtrack includes the music and songs. Well, I think I skipped a question, but I'll go right back to it. It's Round Midnight. Yeah, I think this is a great score, and it has a lot of the great music that's in the movie as well. But yeah, this is one that I would pick. Has a lot of, and it's produced by Herbie Hancock, who is one of my favorite jazz musicians. But yeah, Round Midnight, the original motion soundtrack, I'm going to go with that one. Now, I skipped the question. Let me go back. Preferred soundtrack format. Why? I'm going to go vinyl because here's a couple of them. Now, this one my daughter let me borrow for this video. This is a really good one. I think a lot of the music is from various Godzilla movies. I'm not sure what the whole story is, but yeah, I love this because of the art, and vinyl really makes it look, having soundtracks on vinyl is really cool in my opinion. And especially the ones that are gatefold. I think those are really cool, and that's why I would prefer the vinyl format of soundtracks. That was gifted to me, this one, by the very so kind gentleman of DJ Chancla. He heard me that I always wanted this soundtrack, and I'm looking out for the heavy metal soundtrack as well. Okay, let me see if I can get back in line. Let's see, okay, a soundtrack trip dip where it's like you have, I believe, like in each format of a soundtrack. Personally, I don't. What I do want to show is I have this really cool cassette soundtrack of one of my favorite movies, and that's Basket Case. Now, I'd love to have this on CD and vinyl, but, I was like, I want to show something cassette because I don't really have a lot of soundtracks on cassette. But yeah, this is the color of it. This is a very good soundtrack. I know the movie's crazy weird, but it's very interesting and I like it. It's kind of funny and things, but really a tripped out movie. Now, a soundtrack with a milestone year. Okay, I have one. 1968 was the year I was born. 1968, this soundtrack was released. Monkeys, Head. Yes. It's a crazy movie. It's kind of tripped out, too, as well. I like the movie. And one of my favorite songs on this album starts off right after the opening ceremony, and that's Porpoise Song, the theme from the which I believe it was written by. Let me make sure. It even tells me. Yeah, Carole King. Porpoise Song. Milestone year. This album came out the year I was born, 68. Okay. All right. Let me slow down here. I'm getting all pumped and hype here now. Let me just slow down a little bit. A favorite soundtrack from childhood. I have to go with this one. I don't remember how old I was when I had this, but I remember when I saw the movie, I liked it. It used to they used to show Yellow Submarine like around 11 o'clock at night for some odd reason. I don't know why. But I'm choosing this one, the Yellow Submarine soundtrack. You know, it's got that song that once you get it in your head, it stays in your head, and that's Yellow Submarine. But when I was young, I remember being kind of disappointed about side 2. But I'm not no more. I love side 2. In fact, I love side 2 more than side 1 because I thought it would be more Beatles songs. But it turns out to be in a score from the film. And I love it. I love Sea of Time, Sea of Ho, Sea of Monsters, March of the Meanies. So, you know, this could probably also go under that category going back of the question of favorite soundtrack includes score and music, maybe? I don't know. Beth, tell me what you think. But yeah, I went with this one from childhood. Best soundtrack opening. I like it because it has that James Bond theme. And for the longest time, I didn't know how to get it because I had like Beatle compilation albums that had Help. But this one right here, the soundtrack to Help. Great opening. Like I said, that sound, that James Bond theme, and then it goes right into the track Help, which is one of my favorite Beatles songs. I got this used, a very good deal on it. This is one of my favorite soundtracks as well. Okay. Favorite soundtrack with the ending score, an ending score. I'm going to go with, I hope I'm doing this correctly, but I'm having fun doing it too. That is Flash Gordon. Original music by Queen. You know, it took me a while to finally find this. A lot of, I remember way back when, a lot of people wanted a lot of money for this album. And so they got I think it was around, 2015, 2011, they got reissued and remastered. This sounds really, really good. But it took me a while, but I finally got it. And I even have the little 45 of it, but I didn't want to dig through my 45s, and I had one with the little pick sleeve. But I remember when I first heard this song, Flash's theme, was on the radio. And I knew it was a Queen song because I heard that part, you know, to go Flash Gordon and it's Queen and the guitar playing. And I didn't make the connection, oh, that's from this movie, which is a really good movie. Really good movie. I finally got it on DVD. Let's see. Best movie with the love theme. I got to confess, I've never seen this movie, but this song is a good love theme in this movie. And I recently picked this up at a thrift store, and it's in very good shape. It is not that it matters, but I thought it was cool. I didn't realize it, but this album, and it's the Endless Love soundtrack. But I'm trying to look. But anyway, it's a certain press. I don't know if it's UK or German, but I'm going to go with that. That is a good song. Endless Love with Lionel Richie and Diana Ross. That's a really, really good song. I always liked it. And of course, it has a real nice Endless Love reprise. I love reprise music. And it's a gatefold. So, you know, I think I'm going to have to see that movie for once. Okay. Yeah, I like this next one too. Favorite soundtrack helps you to relax. It's another one by the Beatles. This one. Because I love the instrumental. I know a lot of people say that, but it's true. I love the instrumental versions of the songs. It helps me to relax and just chill out and just take it easy. Uh, I should have known better. Great instrumental. Oh, and I love her. Another great instrumental. And Ringo's theme, This Boy. So that's the one I picked. A Hard Day's Night, the US version. Okay, a soundtrack that gets you motivated. Well, there was a couple. And I'm looking over here if I can find that one. One of them, I'm going to show a couple. One of them is this album, Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds. Whenever I hear this album, it gets me motivated. I've never seen the movie, and I'm sure one of my streams probably has it. But when I hear the tunes like Obscured by Clouds, When You're In, Burning Bridges, and of course, Free For, and this album just, I don't know what it is, motivates me to get creative, you know, either with my writing or something, or my or the Prague Hat art world that I sometimes get in an art drawing mood. Another one I was going to say also is Elvis Presley's Viva Las Vegas. I love this. This is one that gets me motivated too. Love I love every song on this one. It's a good one. Okay. Favorite TV song. I wish I had this 45. Or even if there is a soundtrack or an album that has TV themes. That's what I'd like to get as an LP. I know there's some out there. Is to get a LP, double LP with TV themes. Some of my favorites are like the one that was from The Equalizer, Hill Street Blues. But my favorite TV one is from the Greatest American Hero TV show. Believe it or not, or if I remember right, that is my favorite. I'd like to get that 45 or it on a compilation or something. Okay, underrated soundtracks. I'm going to go with this one, Local Hero. Music by Mark Knopfler. I feel like this is unrated. Awesome guitar playing. Mark Knopfler, I watch him play guitar, listen to him, and I just want to throw my guitar back there behind me somewhere away. Because, man, the guy's an awesome guitar player. But I feel like this is so underrated. And it's just a solid, good record with great music on it. I had given I had it before, a previous copy, I gave that away, and then when I found it again, I said, yeah, I want that one back in the collection for sure. Okay, let's see here. Which soundtrack would you keep? Okay. It's going to be a music one, because I still love this movie. And it's probably my favorite documentary music feature film. However you want to categorize this one. I really loved music documentaries when they're done really well. I really like it if they go in a chronological order. I just recently watched one on Leonard Cohen that I really liked. I thought that one was really good. But this is the one I would keep for a soundtrack. And that's the soundtrack for the film, The Song Remains the Same. Oh yeah, I'm definitely. Just about every live song they do on here is very special to me. It's very magical. I just think of when I first heard it, how me and my brother crowded around one speaker to listen to both double sides, how we watched the movie every time it came on TV. And so, yeah, this is the one that I would keep. If I had to keep, it would be that one. The Song Remains the Same. I love that title. A White Whale That Took Forever. It's this one. I don't know why, but this one did take forever to find. But I found it. It's the original motion picture soundtrack to James Caan Thief. I'm wanting some more of the Tangerine Dream soundtracks, like The Sorcerer. So I am still hunting for those. But I finally got this Tangerine Dream. What a good movie too. I like the movie. I won't. I'm not. I. I'm not going to tag a person. Question 20 says, tag one person or share a soundtrack with a hype sticker. So I recently got this, another movie I haven't seen, but I got it because it has a lot of music of Eric Clapton. And then I saw that Christopher Walken is in it and Mickey Rourke. It's called Homeboy, and it's 14 tracks by Eric Clapton and others. And it has the hype sticker. It's a really good soundtrack. I mean, if you see it, I recommend I'm sorry, folks. I just want to show the back. It's a promo copy, but it's Eric Clapton with Mickey Rourke, which he's one of my favorite actors, Mickey Rourke. He's just very different, unique, and I pretty much, I would say I'm a fan of his. I would. But anyway, folks, I mean, I could show some other things real quick here. Like I love this right here. This one has, we play this one a lot around Halloween. It has a lot of themes from movies, Bram Stoker's Dracula, The Omen, Jaws, but it's missing a DVD. As well as this one. This one has members of Goblin. I've never seen this movie, but this is a really good soundtrack. And recently, I forgot about this one. I acquired this one through trade with my sweetheart, my wife. I had something she wanted, and I traded for this. And now I have this soundtrack to one of my favorite films. There it is. Folks, I'm going to leave a link to Beth's channel. Sub her up. Go watch her videos. She does a lot of fun stuff. She's a really, really cool person. She's very supportive to my channel, and I really appreciate that. And Beth, thank you for tagging me in this video. And folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am still looking to build my soundtrack collection, and there's just so many out there that I'm looking for. Like, I skipped a question. Soundtracks that I'm hunting for, which was number 19, and I forgot about that. I'm all over the place tonight. I guess I'm getting exhausted. I want the ones for the Piranha movies, like the early ones. The music in those Piranha movies, ones were made in the 70s something. One of them was made here in Texas in a few various places I noticed. Like Ocarina Springs, that's in San Marcos, Texas. But anyway, I would love to have those Piranha soundtracks. They have some really good music. One of them had music that reminded me of Tangerine Dream. Folks, thanks again. Appreciate all y'all's comments and your support. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Take care, and I'll see you on my next video.